Everybody, the markets are very volatile recently, especially as far as the euro pairs and the US dollar pairs are concerned. We seem to get euro strength, like overall. We're going to have a look at the individual euro pairs, and there's some confusion about the dollar. So some cross pairs are like going up for the dollar, and some are going down, and we get patterns like on both ways on the higher time frames. Let's have a quick look here at the euro dollar. So it's still fighting, right? So we have a lot of volatility down. You see this big bar. Well, that was the news event. Now we see a big bar up. Well, on Tuesday next week, we've got important US elections, right? Senate and Congress in all states, with an impact on Senate and Congress in all states. So that's most probably coming, like the volatility and the undecisiveness is probably coming from that. So it might be good actually to wait for the results, the Tuesday results, to get a clear indication. I thought this would keep here this week high because it's an important level, but now it seems to get threatened by this big up move. So we've got big up and big down, and it's not clear yet. Well, what we can see is we have a possible S1 pattern here overall. So this is the breakout and the rebreak. So this could be the S1, right? That leads us into a pronounced pullback here, getting back to the 200. So that's a possibility. But before we don't have the election results, everything else is unreliable because we can get big moves up and down. Now let's have a look at the other euro pairs. Well, the pound is very weak, right? So this is why we get, we had a nice S1 pattern on a tight stop, but as well, we've got an S1 pattern long here, right? So it looks like the euro is strong against the pound. Well, it's rather a pound weakness than a euro strength. But if we look at the other cross pairs, so we see euro strength. Well, the yen is super weak, so this is a potential S1 euro strength. So that's not a big surprise, right? But let's have a look at the euro versus the Swissy, because the Swissy is such a strong currency. Overall, well, it looks like we're getting a rebound into the euro, right? So again, yeah, similar what we might get for the euro dollar, that the euro against the Swiss is getting stronger. We've got an S1 pattern, right? And it's basically shooting for, well, this move, right? It's shooting for the par level, and as we are far way down, we might spike beyond the par level. So this might grow into a more like a bigger pullback. That's a month. So we might get a pullback for a couple of months, right? Like euro strength. Now let's have a look at the euro CAD as well. There's an S1 pattern forming long on the 240. So again, this indicates that the euro might get stronger again, right? So a bigger pullback for a couple of months. Then the euro odd, again, we've got an S1 long pattern, well, not triggered, right? But again, here we could see euro strength basically across all other currencies. Now let's have a quick look here. Yeah. Now let's have a quick look at the dollar. So the dollar basically, well, the dollar is strong, as we know, and here we had an S1 pattern on the 240 that has triggered, and now we have got this rebound, right? So again, here we see, similar to the euro dollar, we see a lot of volatility. We see no clear direction. Like this S1 triggered, we don't get follow through. Let's have a look at the pound US. Pound US as well. Here in this case it's on a daily chart. We've got an S1 short on the daily. Again, dollar strength, right? Indicating. Now the Kiwi US. Well, Kiwi US gives us a dollar weakness against the Kiwi, right? We've got an S1 long pattern on the 240. We might see here, similar to the euro dollar, we might see a rebound for a couple of months going forward. A US Swiss, again here we've got an S1 long, right? It rebroke, and we don't get follow through. So this looks like the dollar is stronger against the Swiss. And then we've got the US CAD. Here again we had a long pattern, right? S1 long, and it's currently failing. And the US Swiss, well, this is highly influenced by the intervention. well, we cannot say much about this. So in overall, the dollar seems to be strong and weak depending on the currency you look at, and we might get a multi-month rebound with the euro, so that the euro might come back together, right, after it has basically fallen apart here. And if you look at the euro against the pound, well, they've been both weak, right, both falling apart, but it looks like the euro is much stronger. So overall, like for the long term, the pound seems to be very weak, right? Even if we get a rebound in the euro, well, it might then get back into a downtrend, the euro, but the pound looks much weaker than the euro, and the yen is weak, right, overall. And yeah, so it's a little bit, we get a little bit conflicting and confusing signals. So better to be prudent till yeah, Wednesday next week.